Welcome to Baby Child & Co. It's my pleasure to come your way once again. I hope you have subscribed to this channel. If you haven't, please do so. You should also visit our blog. We have a host of articles for you. You can join the parenting club. It is totally free. You can join our community forum and it's also totally free. Today I'm going to talk about how babies grow, because there are several questions that are related to it that I hear in my consulting room. So when babies are born, they lose some of their birth weight, but they gain it all back by the time they are 2 weeks old. This happens because their skin is very thin, so they lose a lot of water through the skin. And typically when they are born as well, it may take them some time to be able to feed well. Sometimes even the parents, especially when it's a first-time mother, they may also take some time to adjust to it. So in the very first few days, the babies are not feeding well and they are losing quite some amount of water through their thin skins, and this makes them lose some weight. But by the time they are 2 weeks old, they are back to their birth weight. From then on, the babies grow. They should grow in weight, they should grow in length, they should grow in head circumference, which are the common things that we measure, although there are other ways of measuring the growth of the baby. But this growth is according to some standards. So a baby should not be too big and a baby should not be too small. From the time that the baby has gained back the birth weight, that is about 2 weeks old, the growth should be incremental. They should just keep growing and they should not go back. But the rate of growth differs. So from 2 weeks to 3 months, the babies grow quite fast. So I always counsel parents that when you are buying stuff for your babies, for the 0 to 3 months, don't buy so much, because by the time you close your eyes and open, they have outgrown all those things and you need to move on to new ones. All right, so like I said, from 2 weeks to 3 months, they grow quite fast. From 3 months to 6 months, the growth slows a bit. From 6 months to 9 months, it slows even further. From 9 months to 12 months, the growth still slows further. But what is important is that these growth parameters should be increasing, should never go back, should be increasing. But it is the rate at which the growth is happening that is different. Babies should double their birth weight by the time they are 4 months old, which means that if your baby was born at 3.5 kilograms, by the time that baby is 4 months old, the baby should weigh 7 kilograms. But they triple their birth weight at 1 year. So you see, you took 4 months to double your birth weight, but you will take 1 whole year to triple your birth weight. That just goes to say what I was explaining, that the rate of growth is not the same. So typically a parent would prompt you around when the baby is around age 5 months or 4 months and ask, "Doctor, why has my baby's growth slowed?" It has slowed because this is how babies grow normally. So what is important is not the weight at that time. What is important is the weight over time. What I mean is this: a 4-month-old baby who is weighing 4 kilograms, there are 3 interpretations to that weight. It may be that this 4-month-old baby who is weighing 4 kilograms is growing normally, depending on where the baby has come from. Maybe that baby was born at 2 kilograms and at 4 months has doubled the weight and is now 4 kilograms. It may also be that this baby has already experienced some growth faltering or growth failure and is now catching up. So it may be that the baby was so small, became so small at a point because of certain factors, and is now catching up. You wouldn't know. Unless you know the previous weights, you wouldn't be able to tell. It may also be that this baby is actually now faltering in growth. So it could be that this baby who is now 4 kilograms when the baby is 4 months was 5 kilograms much earlier, maybe at 3 months, and the weight has reduced. That is why I say that you cannot use one measurement to make any conclusion. What is important is that you look at the weight over time, and we do that using our growth curves. All maternal and child health record books have growth curves in them. So when you take your child to a child welfare clinic and the child is weighed, the weight should be plotted on a chart to give you a curve, and you should ask the officers or the healthcare workers at a child welfare clinic to explain to you what your child's growth curve means, whether the child is doing well or not doing well. If there are any concerns, then they will be addressed for you. The other thing to note is that when babies are in the womb, their weight is related to the factors in the womb. For instance, how well nourished the mother was, or whether the mother had any chronic conditions during pregnancy. That affects the weight of the baby in the womb. But once they come out, their weight depends on how well they feed, that is nutrition. And then from around 6 to 18 months old, their weight begins to move towards their genetic potential. I'll try and explain that. So the baby is growing. The growth normally follows a curve, a certain curve in the child health record book, or the maternal and child health record book. So usually the babies choose a curve and they are on that curve. But from 6 months to 18 months, sometimes you can see that the curve is going downwards or going upwards according to maybe how the parents are, maybe how tall the parents are, or how big the parents are. So that begins to come into effect. So that by the time the babies are about 2 years old, their weight is related not only to their food or their nutrition, it's also related to what is their potential according to their genes, and that's one we get from parents. So I hope I have tried to explain it to you that growth, although it should keep increasing, the rate of growth is not the same. So you see a baby who is growing very, very, very fast. When the baby is, say, 2 months old, 3 months old, by the time the baby is 5 months old, it's still growing, but the growth has slowed. So don't take one weight into consideration. You look at a picture over time to give you an idea whether this baby of yours is doing well or not. If you have questions or comments, I'm so happy to take them. Leave them in the comment section. Visit our blog, babychildandco.com. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification so that when we upload videos, you get to know about them. Thank you so much for watching this one. See you in the next one. Bye.